things I've discovered about sketch notes is they're a lot of fun to do, and it's a unique way to take notes. But there's a ton of value in learning how to take sketch notes. Coming up, we're going to learn how to take sketch notes and find out why it's worth the extra effort. So you might be asking yourself, if plain notes are good enough, why should you bother learning how to sketchnote? Well, I think sketchnoting takes a lot more advantage of the whole of your brain, and they're a lot more fun to do. Now, you might find in some cases that complex ideas are very difficult to describe with words. So in those cases, it might be more interesting to draw those ideas. You can do it in a smaller space, you can do it more quickly, and in ways that words can't describe. Just think of what it would take to describe a tree to someone who's never seen one before. You'd have to describe the bark and the branches and the roots and the soil and how they relate to each other. Or you could just draw a tree. This is a tree. Drawing a complex idea often takes a fraction of the time it would take to describe that same idea in verbal detail. In fact, drawing engages the whole mind. Back in the 1970s, psychologists studying the brain developed something called the dual coding theory. In dual coding theory, psychologists suggest that the brain processes information using two primary channels, verbal and visual. In verbal mode, your brain codes concepts as words. In visual mode, your brain codes concepts as images. When you're sketchnoting, you're using both the verbal and visual parts of your brain to capture concepts. Your brain is fully engaged in hearing, synthesizing, and seizing ideas to create a map of information composed of both pictures and words on the page. Once your brain is done capturing and cataloging and cross-referencing all this visual and verbal information, you can go back again and look at your sketch notes and remember all the things that you were thinking at the time. Days, months, even years later. I've gone back to sketch notes that I've created years ago, and I can still remember how I felt at the time and the experience that I was having while I was taking them. When I used to take super detailed notes, I was always worried about missing some important detail. Sketchnoting freed me from all that. It helped me to relax, to focus on the key points, and turn what I was hearing into visual notes. Sketchnoting became fun. And I think it's important to understand that you're going to have fun too. You're going to have fun taking notes again. You're going to be excited to look at those notes, and then you're going to want to share those notes with other people.